Some of the problems with a high protein diet: burden of tryptophan, cysteine, and methionine, which can be really stressful and pro-aging, endotoxin risk, stress on the kidneys, suppression of thyroid.
Stuff blows my mind. I'm like, okay, protein powder is already processed. Even if it's the best of the best, it's
Yeah.
already
Right.
processed. And to get it clear, like
What magic had to be done?
What magic did you do? Like how? Like what
chemical
deal did you sign?
compounds
I know
did
it's
you
scary.
use to distill?
You just want to not overdo it. And like, for some reason, 2025, they're hitting you hard with the protein.
Prior to 100 years ago, all doctors used nature. I think we need to always go there first before we start giving people a chemical that we have no idea what it's going to do.
Why did you order that?
Like, I just got to try one pill. Oh my gosh. One pill, I'm telling you, one pill had so many side effects for like 10 days. It took like 10 days. I was like, whoa, it did not make me feel good. It made me feel horrible, awful. I was like,
Erewhon is now launching a smoothie bar inside, and it costs $36,000 to join.
Their whole smoothie concept that's like making them really big and like kind of playing to the masses. It's insane. It's just insane. There's like always at least 4 sweeteners, and I'm like, your body doesn't need 4 sweeteners at once. Like,
the devil's in the details.
exactly. It's like if it sounds too good to be true, it might be too good to be true.
Hello, welcome to another episode of Celluverse. My name is Alana Keneally, and I'm here with the one and only Dr. Keneally.
Hello, everyone.
And also the one and only Jess Donovan.
Hi.
And we talk about health all the time, so we wanted to let you guys in on the conversation. As one of our followers noted, it's like hanging out at a sleepover with fun people that like wellness just like me. So that's what we try to do. Yeah, excited you guys are here.
We're happy to be here.
Yeah, so what's hot topic?
Well, Jess's husband's doing a triathlon right now.
Yeah, he's currently in the middle of a triathlon that he did not train for. I mean, he runs always, but that's only one component of the 3. I don't know the last time he like went for a long swim, and today it was a mile swim, and he doesn't even own a bike. He had to rent a bike, and it's 24 miles. But he's doing it, and we're so proud of him.
He's a natural born athlete.
He really is.
He doesn't need to.
Yeah. Alana's brother does triathlons.
Yeah.
So he's very
And now
athletic.
my husband does too.
Yeah.
What if he gets like super into it? He just becomes one of those guys that does triathlons.
Yeah, it's his entire new personality.
Yeah.
I don't think he has like the structure for that. Like he's always interested in new and different things that like I don't think he could like focus in on that too much. But I'm here to support him.
It's a certain type of guy.
Mm-hmm.
Not my type, but
yeah, like I fully support
know.
him doing it sporadically.
yeah.
Or just like on a whim. Like the fact that he didn't train, I'm like, that's my husband. I'm so proud of him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah.
It's like, welcome to the best version of myself. I love it.
Exactly. I'm like, what? Like it's hard? I've never done it, but is
No,
it hard?
He's probably saying, no, I did it. It's not hard.
Exactly. It's just another day.
Another feat.
Human capability is just
Staggering.
You can do anything for like 4 hours.
You want.
You can just do things.
You can do anything you want. You can put your mind to anything. That's what Mom always says.
Yeah.
Where there's a will, there's a way.
That's right.
It's so true.
And human energy, human mitochondria was made for the highest mountains, the greatest songs, the longest triathlons, you know? Men need to test themselves a lot.
Yeah, they used to go to war.
Yeah.
And so, I mean,
here we are.
Still,
here we are in
going to war.
2025. They still do, unfortunately. But yeah, he needs to be tested.
He must be challenged.
Mm-hmm. He has to fight for my honor.
No, Sean's awesome. Jess and I were talking about how when full circle moment, but we met on his podcast. I met him on his podcast.
Mm-hmm.
I actually met him first, but like you prompted.
I did the intro. I made it happen, but you guys did the podcast together.
I was like, please come over for dinner. Like, please. Because I want to meet your wife. And I couldn't find them on the internet. I was like, where are they?
He's not on the
They're
internet.
so mysterious. I need them. I'm so nosy. I must see them. So I was really earnest about the dinner invite. And I heard crickets.
No. He told me about the dinner invite, and I was like, let's go. And he's like, no, she probably just said that. I'm like, no, she wants to be my friend. We're going to be friends. And turns out we're friends.
We are. But he didn't let it. You're like, he cock blocked us for like a year.
Exactly. He thought you were just saying it. I'm like, no.
I never just say it.
No, she wanted to hang out.
I was like, come over tonight. I don't have any friends.
I know. But here we are. It needed to happen the way it did. You weren't ready to. Did you even move to Austin at the point? Were you
I don't know. I
were
wasn't
you in California?
I don't know. I don't remember. It was so
We've lived
long ago.
many lives,
And God's timing we must trust, you know.
Exactly. Now we're here.
Yeah, who knew? Maybe we wouldn't have liked each other if we met the year before.
Yeah.
No.
That's impossible.
That's impossible.
Could never be
Anyways,
us.
Origin story.
Yeah.
Origin.
For those asking.
Mom, we did have people ask, like, okay, we know who Dr. C is. Who are these girls? Who are these girly bops?
And you have to stay tuned to find out.
Yeah, we'll leave little breadcrumbs.
Yeah. If you're an avid listener, you will find out.
You will put the puzzle together. It's part of the fun.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, we on Pulse Check, where we review just the latest in health news. There's so much coming out that you rack your brain. You think, why? What is happening? So we're gonna go over some of the topics. The first topic is Erewhon is now launching a smoothie bar inside a. Is it Padel or Paddle Club? I don't know. Paddle Club. I've heard it both ways. I don't know. And it costs $36,000 to join, plus another $7,000 a year. That's just the initiation fee. And yeah, this might be a test of Erewhon just sampling just their smoothie bar instead of the entire grocery concept. But yeah, you can only access it if you're a member of the exclusive wellness sport club.
Yeah, I feel like people have been wanting Erewhon to go to New York for a really long time, and they've always just been like, no, playing hard to get. But then once Happier Grocer became such a thing, they're like, okay, well, they can't have all the fun. So they're like, we're going to come, but it's going to be really exclusive and not worth it. We're going to just give you actually the worst parts of us, our smoothie bar.
You have it out for Erewhon smoothie bar.
I love a smoothie. I think they go way too hard on the ingredients. I think that there should be under 10 ingredients in a smoothie.
Interesting.
Well, first of all, I think we ought to let people know what Erewhon is. Not everybody knows what Erewhon is.
Everyone knows.
Yeah. Not really. I don't think so. I don't think people in Oklahoma know what Erewhon is. So
people in Oklahoma know.
They have TikTok. They know about Haley Beaver smoothie.
Maybe TikTok, yes. So
it's a really
Erewhon
fancy
is this
grocery
very,
store.
very fancy, expensive grocery store. So
yes.
And
Los Angeles.
It is an experience.
Yeah.
And see, I like the smoothie bar.
And so
I like Erewhon. I love Erewhon.
Yeah.
If I'm in LA, I'm
we're
at
in
Erewhon,
it. We're in Erewhon.
You know?
And I sent her a picture. I was like, I was in Erewhon the other day and I sent pictures of some things I wanted to buy. I was like, I have my limits. And Jess is like, no, I literally have those in my pantry. I guess I don't.
Yeah.
I guess I don't have limits.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. Like, if Erewhon has no fans, I am dead. Like, so I love it. But their whole smoothie concept that's like making them really big and like kind of playing to the masses, it's insane. It's just insane. There's like always at least 4 sweeteners. And I'm like, your body doesn't need 4 sweeteners at once. Like, pick one.
Pick a lane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's my only beef. But like, I'm not going to fight them about it. I just will be vocal.
And why do you need to be in an exclusive club to have your smoothies?
Because it adds to the allure.
Yeah. I don't know.
I think it's more win for that club than it is for Erewhon, because then Erewhon gets like the bad rap of it being like non-inclusive again.
Correct.
So, but
when Erewhon comes to Orange County, which they are so like the boy who cried Orange County, because they've been saying they're coming.
They
here for,
are, but then they keep on like there's like multiple different places that it was like 100% happening, and it was even in the script where you'd go to Erewhon and they'd go, "Are you a member?" and you'd say, "No, I live in Orange County," and they go, "Well, it's coming to Newport Beach." Like, it got serious. It was serious for a minute, and then it stopped.
Yeah,
and they don't say that to me anymore. So anytime they breadcrumb it, if they don't say it to me at the checkout, I like don't really believe it.
At this point I don't believe it, but I have spread rumors. I'm like,
Oh, I tell people every day.
It's coming
Yeah.
to this location, this random street off of
It's
Bristol.
gonna be in Newport or Costa Mesa.
Yeah.
100%.
I wonder if you're gonna be like a regular there, like how that's gonna play out in your life.
Probably not.
I love Erewhon.
Never say never.
I love the ingredients. I'm just not an Erewhon hater. I think.
So what's your favorite protein?
Yeah,
I always get the Paul Saladino smoothie. I do the hot bar.
Okay,
everything.
No,
at the hot
but
bar
what's your like? What's inside the smoothie that you like?
Yeah.
the Paul
name it.
Saladino one is like raw milk, raw coconut cream, maple syrup and berries, and a bunch of hoopla. But it's amazing. Some Erewhons don't have the Paul Saladino smoothie, and he's like
It's only the based ones.
Yeah, it's only the good ones. I'd have to drive sometimes so far to get through the right Erewhon. But it kind of like it sucks that Erewhon is aspirational. Like I wish that was just the standard of grocery stores.
Yeah, they let everything in there now.
Oh, really?
In my opinion, there's things that I would not let in my pantry that they have.
Not
Loud
in
and
this
proud.
girl's
You can
pantry.
just buy an
Like what?
aisle.
Like
Like
what?
what?
Like just some of the oils.
Yeah.
And, you know.
Right.
Yeah, they're letting themselves go.
They're haphazard maybe with the oils. Like Whole
Yeah.
Foods is terrible.
Yeah, and it's just like, let's be a little
the
bit
oils.
stricter. Even with some of their supplements, I'm like, is this actually good, or did they just give you a big payout? Like Lemmy's there, which I want to love
No,
Lemmy.
that's such a sellout.
I want to love Lemmy. In my heart, I go so hard for Kourtney Kardashian. I love you, girl. But I know that she's not using the best ingredients. Like, I
No.
know that it's not legit. I want it to be.
Hmm.
I don't believe it is. And so they have it there loud and proud. So it's just hard for me to believe.
Believe anything they say now.
Yeah.
Totally.
Like, fool me once.
Yeah.
Not going to fool me again.
Yeah, no, I agree. But I mean, compared to Whole Foods, where it's just like every Whole Foods and Traders, like it just feels dirty and dusty now. Like there's just dust everywhere inside the corners of the shelves, and so I love Erewhon. It has a glisten to it.
It's always full. It's stocked. There's always
hot
Mhm.
people in there. So
sometimes.
last time I went, I just remember being like inundated with hot people. I was like, wow, I'm gonna stick around.
Yeah. You're like, everyone here looks so healthy.
But yeah, Jacob and I used to eat at the hot bar all the time, spending an exorbitant amount of money on the sushi.
My acupuncturist, she's like very old school, but she's always like, when it comes to like teas or broths or smoothies or juices, she's always like, only like don't do any more than 3 ingredients, because then it's competing within your body. Which it's not like I think that's like 100% true. She goes off of like very much like intuition and vibe.
Yeah.
But like I'm like, there is something to that. If you're like going and getting a smoothie that has 17 different ingredients, you're like,
That's actually a very an ancient Native American tribes. A lot of them believed that you only should eat one thing at a time.
yeah.
And some of these tribes, there was like documentation that they lived to like 125. I just thought that was interesting. That was like one of their pillars, is like eating one ingredient at a time.
Yeah.
So maybe there's some.
Like I think there's like beauty and simplicity,
Yeah.
but like
You
it's
don't find
not-
a chopped salad in nature.
Yeah, but they're good.
I
I enjoy them, and that
Why
makes
they
me
just-
happy. So whatever.
Anyways, this exclusive. I mean, it's interesting how wellness is the new Lamborghini. You know?
I kind of
'cause you
wish it
can't
was.
Fake it.
Yeah.
It is definitely something that I've been really teaching and spreading for a long time.
Yeah, you were the OG mom.
So I feel like, okay, gosh, I'm so vindicated now and on my trend. It only
Never
took 39
been
years.
You're like, I was telling everyone it was so hot for so long.
Yes. And then, I mean, gosh, I shopped at Mother's, which Mother's. It's like an iconic grocery store here in Orange County.
You were the poster girl for Mother's.
And I lectured in there and I did commercials for them. And they're just like so like the authentic, earthy, organic grocery store. And they still are.
Mhm.
Okay.
A little
And
bit more
I feel like,
corporate.
oh gosh, we've been like, this is something. I remember we were talking about coffee, and we'll probably talk about coffee a long time in the future episodes. But I had my own radio show, and the first topic was on coffee about 35 years ago.
Wow.
And so, but going back to, like health is like just your most important asset in life. And there isn't anything in your being that isn't hinged on health. So I'm glad that it's coming to the forefront of humanity. And so there's good to it. It probably needs to be a little bit more contagious to the desire to attain to be a healthy being. And so I appreciate there's lots of voices out there. And but I just think that it also needs to be like in reason also. Like it's becoming for some people an obsession as opposed to like, first of all, like you live in a miracle. Like you have this beautiful miracle that you live in, and you've got to respect it, regard it, and really treat it and respect it for what it is. So I appreciate the trend. May it continue, and may we do it with the most thoughtful ways.
Agreed.
I actually think pickleball is really fun. Contrarian take.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Embarrassingly, I actually joined a pickleball league, but it hasn't started yet.
That's
In
not
LA?
embarrassing.
Yeah, I
Why?
did.
It's like so many
Because I
people are-
actually think it's really fun.
No, I
Sorry
think
for
it
being
is
an
great.
athlete.
I think it's great.
Sorry
I
for
said
wanting to move my body.
no. I said why is that a bad thing? I think it's a great thing. So many of my patients play pickleball. They play pickleball all the time, and
It's
it's
just kind of like, yeah, it's kind of a boomer sport, I guess.
well, I
Yeah,
think it's
kinda
great because
dweeby.
you're outside with the sun. You're physically very active. You're communing with people, and everybody is like cheering you on. And my patients love it. So
Yeah.
I think it's great.
I'll report back.
Yeah, everyone
Yeah.
that I know that does pickleball, they all like do it for 4 hours a day. It's kind of crazy.
Right.
Yeah,
Like I don't
They're
have
like
one.
kind of obsessed. I don't know what's in the water, so
Yeah.
be careful.
Yeah,
But,
right. They do. You're right.
It's about to be everything.
Yeah,
to
like
me.
nobody does it moderately.
Yeah, you get like addicted to it. So
Mhm.
I've only played a few times, but I thought, oh, I kind of want to.
Well, you're a great
Work out
tennis
more.
player. So
Yeah, Mom had dreams of me being a Maria Sharapova, so I've got it in my muscle memory how to
right.
play it. But I actually have never played paddle. I want to join the club. I want to join this club.
You just want to be a part of something.
You've already done the smoothies though.
I love smoothie. When I was in college, this guy approached me to start a smoothie bar with him called Smoochies. Not even kidding.
So
Smoochies.
cute.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of cute. Didn't happen, but I see a smoothie bar
In your future.
in my future. It's
Ever since you were a little girl.
yeah, I wanted to start a smoothie bar.
Mhm.
We've talked about this. I'm like, I love smoothies. I really think they can be done well. And I always send you smoothies on Instagram. I'm like, look at this weird smoothie. Yeah, they're just a fun thing for us to drink. So I think we could make them really cool and really good. Like that that new company drugstore. Have you ever been to Remedy Place?
It feels familiar.
Yeah, it's like one of these wellness. There's a lot of wellness shops, these like these places. Ultimately, I don't know about that.
People
but-
be making smoothies.
Yeah. So, anyways, if they wanted to invite us, we would go to West Village and
And try it out.
try it out.
Do an expedition, Jess.
I'm down.
Okay.
We don't live in New York, but sounds kind of fun. Okay. Next up on the docky. Oh, this recent article came out. Is pregnancy now an aspirational aesthetic?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes, I was walking down Laguna last Sunday, going for breakfast, and I see this girl. Well, there was a group of girls, but one girl was very obviously pregnant, and she just had on, and her entire belly was out, fully probably 8 months pregnant. I thought, oh, that's a new interesting look.
You're like, that's one way to do it.
Yeah, so it's like, oh, she's very proud of her pregnancy and showing the world.
Yeah, I did that with my first. I remember like meeting one of my friends, like grandpas, and he like couldn't stop talking to her grandma about it afterwards. He's like, I've never seen a pregnant stomach. Like why was that out? Like that's so insane. And I was like, I like didn't think anything of it because like I wear crop tops all the time. Why wouldn't I continue it in pregnancy? But it was shocking for a lot of people because of like my stomach just being out all the time. But I loved it. I like you only get it for 10 months.
Yeah, those Rihanna like.
Oh yeah, I'm obsessed with pregnant stomachs, and it's really helpful to be pregnant because now it's like you're not allowed to ask people if they're pregnant.
Mhm.
It's like rude.
Oh,
So if they're loudly, like they're showing it to everyone. You're like, oh my gosh, so you're pregnant. You want me to
I'm
know.
announcing to the world.
Exactly. And so I love it. I love showing off my stomach when I'm pregnant. It's my favorite thing in the whole world. And you get more vitamin D on it.
I'm definitely going to do that when I'm pregnant.
It's the greatest thing.
It's like the
You
most.
don't have to buy new shirts. You
Yeah.
just keep on wearing your same ones.
Yeah, maternity
great.
leave or maternity clothing. I might be a psyop. I don't know.
But
Just
yeah, I'm always the biggest girl in Brandy Melville. Like 10 months pregnant, and there's like all these teenagers. I'm like, watch out, girls.
that's
Could
such
happen
a
to any of
vibe.
us.
I'm jealous. I mean, I think the point of the article more is like like Ballerina Farm and Nara Smith have kind of
Oh yeah.
revealed that pregnancy is the ultimate creation, the ultimate state of like it's so you can't even force it, right? Like it's like
Well, it's
No, you
God's.
can't
it's so
force it. Like,
beautiful.
Yeah.
It's so beautiful and so magnificent that you're creating this miracle.
yeah, you're also like signaling that you're fertile, which is like nothing's better than being fertile as a woman, in my opinion. Like, so
Yeah.
you're just like signaling, like I'm so healthy. Like,
Yeah, I was able to
I was able to conceive.
I've never gotten pregnant ever. Well, I'm not married, but
Yeah.
I've it's never happened.
Yep.
But I want to see what this is like, obviously. And I'm going to be you're going to see so many photos of me with my belly out.
Oh yeah. I can't wait.
We're going to go to Brandy Melville.
Yeah, I'll take you.
But yeah, it's just interesting because the loss of the family structure, the family unit has made pregnancy sort of this thing where we revere, where in the past it was like just more commonplace. Like
Like, of course you're pregnant. Everyone's
Yeah.
pregnant. Like,
yeah,
well, like, yeah, so many people like are choosing not to or waiting a really long time and
Yeah.
then having a hard time getting pregnant. So it's like it's one of those things that you see a pregnant person, you're like, oh, must be nice. Like
Yeah.
I'll be pregnant, I'll see another pregnant person, I'm like, must be nice. I wish I was pregnant, and then I'm like, I am. Like
Right.
it's the greatest thing. I love being pregnant.
yeah.
Well, I think we need to esteem that pregnancy is a wonderful thing. It's a wonderful experience.
Yeah, it's so amazing.
Yes.
I can't recommend it enough.
Right.
Yeah, and it's like I'm dynasty building over here. What are you doing?
Yeah.
You know, that's
Mhm.
what it signals to me. I'm like, okay, go off. I'm so jealous. That's really cool. Like, I want to do that one day. Mormons are so lucky that they're just like in their bones to make a lot of babies.
Yeah.
We didn't get that. No, you're not Mormon.
No. I mean, it's in everyone.
Yeah.
Catholic, Christian, you
That's
know,
true.
be
Yes.
fruitful and multiply.
When I grew
like-
up, there was people with 13 kids.
Yeah, mom's
people
one
10.
of 6.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm one of 6, so it was very normal to have large families.
Yeah, both my in-laws are one of 7.
Mm-hmm.
So, a lot to aspire to.
Mm-hmm.
Totally. Okay. So on this week's section of Body Map, we're talking about the protein craze. And, you know, it just seems like, you know, you can't escape it. Protein everywhere.
They add protein to everything.
Yeah. And it's
Mhm.
like, we're just asking these questions of like, first of all, what is protein, and how much do we need, and do we need it in water? How much do we really need, and what forms?
Well, protein makes up probably 60% of your body. And so you need protein because it's of utmost importance to all your body parts, your immune system, your bones, your tendons, hair, et cetera, and so it's just though there's proteins, and then there's fat, and then there's carbs. So just eating protein, and you should really get protein from food. So like eggs and meat, chicken, cheese, raw cheese,
Dairy.
cottage cheese. These are how you should get protein, all right? Protein powders and protein everything, all of that, and adding it to everything probably isn't the best consumption of protein. I know people do it mostly, though, for convenience. I think it's convenient to grab a bar, convenient to, if I don't have time to eat, I make a protein shake because I'm doing something at lunch and I don't have the time or the opportunity to eat, so I will I will drink a protein drink
Yeah, in a pinch.
in a pinch. So, but I usually use food for my protein source.
Yeah, young people need around 80 to 100 grams of protein a day.
Yeah, and I feel like there are a lot of people though that are going even harder in the paint when it comes to protein.
Yeah. And Starbucks is now launching, you can add 15 grams to 36 grams of protein per beverage starting September 29th.
I like to add collagen to my coffee. I don't feel like it like makes it taste weird or whatever. Like when I make cappuccinos, I always add collagen. A little collagen, a little sugar. It makes me pretty
Mhm.
happy.
Yeah.
But some people don't actually react well to collagen
Mm-hmm.
Right.
because it's processed.
Mm-hmm.
Even the best of the best, it's
Right.
still processed.
It's still
so.
processed, right?
Yeah. Too little protein, you've got lower thyroid function, skin issues, lower loss of muscle mass, more appetite and increased caloric intake, fatty liver, weaker bones, poor sleep, but then some too high protein. And you can have, nausea, headaches, constipation, kidney damage, loss
Right.
of appetite, weight increase. And so I think
There's
not
kind of,
overdoing.
again, it's all about balance.
Mm-hmm.
It's
So
all,
like people hate balance. It's
yeah,
like
right.
you almost
Let
like
me-
want one thing to be like
The
this is
thing.
everything and you can
Mhm.
focus on it, and it's like balance is never popular, unfortunately, because
Right.
it's harder to follow.
Yeah, so it's better to just,
I only eat protein from food sources. I don't do protein powder. I don't do protein bars. I just do real food. There's so many good protein sources: cod,
Ah.
caviar, meat,
Just casual
Eggs.
cod and caviar. That's what I do every
Eggs.
morning.
oysters.
Yeah.
Meat. Yeah, and it's so filling. You feel
It's so delicious.
so fill.
Every
You feel full when you eat protein.
Yeah.
So,
I used to be a big protein girly. Like I would before I would work out, I would drink a little just like protein and water. And it was like because I didn't want to eat yet or like
Mhm.
I didn't have time to eat, then I was like, at least I'm getting my protein in before I go and do this thing. So it was definitely like a time thing. It made it easier to get that in. But what are your guys' thoughts on the like essential amino acid supplements? Like, like Keon, people like put in their drinks and they're like, there's the 9 essential amino acids that
Right.
builds the protein. Like
yes,
drinking this is
Some of
equivalent.
those are really stressful on
like
the
So-
body.
but drinking it is equivalent to having 30 grams of protein. So then all these girls are like just putting it in their water.
right.
Not
I know
good.
because one of my
I've been that girl.
friends, one of my friends is developed a physician developed a product, and so sometimes it's necessary to build muscle for. I don't think the everyday person needs it if you're getting it in your food, but
Mhm.
there are 9 essential amino acids. And maybe as people age, like maybe someone 80 years old, 70 years old, they might need the extra for the absorption purposes. But it shouldn't be something that you just absolutely like have to have. If you're eating it, then you have it. It would just be someone who is too skinny and they're trying to build up their tissues. So again, it's an individual, prescription that I would give. And
Well, in the repeat camp, that's one reason to not go hard on the protein because of the tryptophan.
But like it is balanced that when like all those supplements are really balanced, the tryptophan is very like there's very little of it. It's just enough to make it complete.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I always go back and forth of being like,
I guess it depends on
is this a
how-
miracle or is this like not good?
right,
I
well,
wouldn't overdo it.
it's not
That's me.
it's not overdoing it. Again, using food as your source for nutrients as much as possible. That's why I sent you guys that whole thing on collagen, because when I was growing up, my mom used to eat pig's feet and she would make us eat pig's feet because that was a source of collagen.
How does she cook it?
She would just cook it in
Let's eat pig's feet on the pod.
yeah. So anyway, and then in the Asian cultures, they use chicken feet, right? So I sent you guys that.
You did.
And then
Whenever I
fish,
make broth, I always add chicken feet. I
Yeah.
just pick up a few.
oh, really? Yes. So, and then fish scales also. So, has a lot of collagen. So, but again, it's hard to get
Yeah, so it's nice to feel like you're like cheating the system, being like,
Right.
oh, I'm drinking my coffee
And
and I also have my collagen in here.
collagen,
Like,
right.
this is, I can go a few more hours before I
Mm.
actually pause. But I guess there is it is important to like take 3 pauses every day where you make sure you like nourish your body and you like feed yourself actual food.
Mm-hmm.
So remembering to do that is nice. And then having these quick fixes for the days that you don't have the time to do that. It's
Yeah,
also nice. But drinking a glass of milk is like perfect for me. If I'm
same.
in a little pinch, like I feel satiated.
Totally. Like that's not, there's just such good alternatives to like the powder, like that sparkling powder, or there's now sparkling drinks with protein added to it,
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
and then the clear powder you
The
can
clear
add.
powder, that stuff blows my mind. I'm like, okay, protein powder is already processed. Even if it's the best of the best, it's
Yeah.
already
Right.
processed. And to get it clear, like
What magic had to be done?
what magic did you do? Like how like what
chemical
deal did you sign?
compounds
I know
did
it's
you use to
scary.
distill
Yeah,
clear
and you don't
protein?
have to say like that's like the thing too with like a lot of these collagen brands that like aren't super ethical or great. It's like, well, what chemicals did you have to use to strip the bones to get the powder? Like
Mm-hmm.
Some
you
sort
gotta
of
ask
Frankenstein
you gotta ask some
methodologies.
questions.
Right.
Right.
Why did you
No.
order
The devil's
that?
in the details.
Exactly. It's like if it sounds too good to be true, it might be too good to be true.
And
Mhm.
then with the protein powders, you're getting stevia. All
Oh my
roads lead
gosh.
back to the evilness that is
Mm.
stevia.
I mean, I think like we all intuitively, and I think we like read a study on stevia like on one of the episodes, but there's more stuff coming, like there's just more stuff coming out now. I feel like
Yeah.
we were talking about it, and then once you say something, you like see it constantly, and
Right.
everyone's like, actually we all hate stevia. And I'm like, thank you, this is what I've been saying for forever because it tastes horrible.
It really does.
Like I knew, my body knew without actually knowing.
Totally. And that's the whole thing. I really just think girls would feel better if they drank milk or caviar.
Yeah. Decadent women.
If we ate like queens, would a queen pour clear powder into their water? I think they're
No,
I
they would
think
know
they're
that was
clocking
poison.
oysters.
Yeah, for sure.
I think they're eating pot roast. I think they're chewing on a lamb chop. You know? I don't think they're
Well, we have
taking
to
a
go back to
David
nature.
protein bar.
Yeah.
Mhm.
David
There-
protein bar.
Yeah, there were these protein bars that were so good. They were called Jacob bars.
Don't they still exist, right? Or
I know,
no?
but they have almonds in them now.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah. But it was like tallow, honey, cacao.
Mm.
And then I think it was
Sounds-
like just like whey protein, or maybe it was beef protein. I don't know. They were so good. They taste like a Tootsie Roll. But then he had to change the formula to like make it bigger
Mm-hmm.
or like more shelf stable, which I understand, to get your bag. But before they it was literally a Tootsie Roll. It was amazing.
Yeah,
I loved it.
I felt bad for that company because then you had David come out and like raise $100 million.
I know.
And then they're like similar names, David and Jacob, and they have similar concepts. And I thought, oh,
I know. But I mean, at the
capitalism
end of
be
the day, Jacobs
capitalizing.
is still 100 million times better. I just personally
They
don't
just
want to.
they need to
eat almonds
rebrand,
every
change
single
the
day.
name, take a different route
Mm-hmm.
than like the male name competition.
I think it was just his name, and I think David's whole thing was going like David,
Yeah.
the statue,
Yeah.
and I think that Jacobs is just because
Yeah.
that's his name. He was born that way.
Mhm.
He's born that way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's
So the moral of the story is to eat real food.
Eat real food.
Well, okay, so
And-
some of the problems with a high protein diet: burden of tryptophan, cysteine, and methionine, which can be really stressful and pro-aging, increased ammonia and endotoxin risk, stress on the kidneys, suppression of thyroid, and you just want to not overdo it. And like for some reason, 2025, they're hitting you hard with the protein.
Mhm.
And so you want to be eyes wide open.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, I fell trapped to that.
You
I
did.
was like very high protein.
When you should just be
I was
doing
too.
small amounts at a time.
Yeah.
I was too.
Like it
4
wasn't like I
ounces.
was like doing anything crazy to get there, but I was like, that's all I focused on. That like I completely forgot carbs existed. Not in a way of being like, oh, I can't eat carbs. Like I have children, like I'm eating carbs. But it was just like I thought I was above carbs. I was like, I don't even need them. Like, I don't crave them. I don't
Same.
need them. I only need this protein, and the protein's so much like, but I just like brainwashed myself. And then you constantly have to be unbrainwashing yourself.
You must be learning and forgetting at the same time.
Mhm.
It's so crazy. But yeah, it's like every food has pros and cons. So like pros, stabilized blood sugar, obviously protein. One of the main benefits of protein is the amino acids. So the
Amino
like
acids,
some of
and
you know,
muscles. You can have muscles.
yeah,
Protein
glycine,
muscles.
and then promotes detoxification and then anti-aging. So you need a little bit, but you don't need
It all
array
the time,
clear
every day.
protein powder.
Yeah, no.
You made me laugh so hard. You're like, that company is the Skinny Confidential of supplements. I was like, that is such a good way of putting it. They didn't fool me. Didn't have to unsign myself from that one.
Oh, yeah. Once you see it, you can't unsee it.
No, it's so funny. And so yeah, just like get protein from real food sources and listen to your body on when you actually want to eat protein. Your body has the compass, the moral compass inside you.
Yeah, like I think it all goes back to like knowing the like the guidelines, but then also listening to your body and becoming
Yeah.
more intuitive about how you eat. It takes a minute to like start listening to your body because you're
So
so
true.
trained to be like sweet is bad, savory good. Like,
Protein powder, good.
yeah, this makes me feel full, good. It's like you
Mhm.
should feel satiated. You shouldn't feel full.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and I feel like sometimes I would do that. I would be like,
Same.
I chugged it. Like, I'm so good, as you're like wiping the like protein shake off your face.
I went through a hard keto phase, and
Oh,
then
I never did
and then
keto.
really,
It was too masculine.
mm-hmm. Yeah, I fell for it.
Yeah.
We all have our battles.
Well, no,
I
I think it's good to experiment.
Yeah, I mean, I did the
It's
medical
good.
medium.
Oh, right.
Like,
I think
okay.
it's good to experiment with everything.
I know. And how are you going to know what your
what your body, your metabolic type is, you know?
Exactly.
Not
We're
everybody has
all
the
so
same
different.
metabolism. So it's good to experiment with all kinds of things. Then you see how your body responds.
Yeah,
And
how
you see
will
what
you
your
know if
body
you don't try?
likes. Right.
I was really chubby on keto. My blood sugar was really high. And when I cut out nuts, my blood sugar normalized, and I lost a lot of weight just cutting out nuts. It's crazy.
I know. Nuts are,
Hi, PUFA.
yeah. I miss peanut butter.
I sometimes I do a
I
little
love,
bite.
like, it's not like I won't have it. I'll have it here and there, but like Rye Goods, they have a salted honey peanut butter that like they make in house. That on some sourdough with some butter.
No, what's better is macadamia nut butter.
Okay, that's good, but it's like it's
so
do you get the what is it, like Sprouted Vision from the farmer's market?
No, I buy it in
She
Mexico.
imports it from Mexico, sweetie.
From Mexico.
Oh, okay.
I will get you some.
Okay, I need to try it.
You have to try it. It's addicting.
I love that.
You'll love it.
Well, Mom, they mix it with cane sugar.
Yeah.
And they're like, here.
It's so
Well,
good.
I
though.
mean,
It's so good.
they know what they're doing.
Yeah, exactly.
They're not wrong.
It's so good.
But yeah, everywhere you look, protein, protein, protein. It's crazy out there, guys. Stay safe.
Yeah, Mark's safe from overindulging in protein.
Mark's safe from big protein. No, for real, we're not listeners are not following for clear protein. You don't
Yeah.
need it to be clear. Just drink it with color.
Yes.
Why do we need that extra step? You're right. That is sketchy.
It's scary.
It's like, don't even
If you
notice
can't
it.
see it,
Yeah.
if you can't see
If
it,
you can't see it.
that's
it's
like you've been roofied by protein.
I
I don't like it.
What is wrong with just seeing it? I don't know.
I don't know.
It's like we're running out of ideas. We're like, let's just make it clear.
Yeah, they're like, what if you don't see it at all? It's like Emperor's New Protein. It's actually not even there. It's just water. Who's gonna know? How will they know?
How will they know? Oh, that's so true. It's so crazy. My Instagram ads, I send you one every day. Electrolyte with protein. Man, just eat a lamb chop, guys.
Right.
Eat some cod tacos.
Eat
Just
some
eat
cottage
normal
cheese.
food. Eat like a queen. Every bite casts a spell.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now we're gonna do some house calls.
Can't wait.
And people have been sending in so many good questions. Okay. Okay. Let's do this recording.
What is your opinion on SSRIs with cancer, specifically Lexapro?
Ooh, good question.
That's
Thank you.
for you.
Yeah.
She has severe debilitating anxiety after 10 years, and she's on Lexapro 5 milligrams. I don't know what kind of cancer, but she might have cancer since that's part of the question.
Right. So SSRIs are serotonin reuptake inhibitors. And so
Sorry.
I remember when Prozac was the very first SSRI, probably 30 some odd years ago, and it was like the craze. And so I'm like, I gotta try this. I gotta I just gotta try it. One pill. Oh my gosh.
Test.
One pill, I'm telling you, one pill had so many side effects for like 10 days. It took like 10 days. I was like, whoa, it did not make me feel good. It made me feel horrible, awful. I was like, whoa, how does this work on everybody? But obviously everybody's different, okay? And people need to understand really their neurochemicals. And when you take SSRIs, it just flatlines you, all right? So you feel really nothing, all right? And there's never been documented a serotonin deficiency. And so when I have a patient who's on SSRI, whether they have cancer or not, I ask them, so how did this come about? And so they will tell me, oh, I was going through something difficult and I was, put on this medication. So I said, well, are you interested in possibly getting off the medication to see who you really are? And so they're all eager to get off. So you never can get off these drugs by yourself. You should do it with your doctor who knows how to get you off these serotonin reuptake inhibitors, because you can have withdrawal like a serious drug, like whether it's opioids or anything else. So you have to slowly decrease these medicines, plus take magnesium. And then what I do is after the patient gets off, I want them to say, who am I? What am I? How am I feeling? How am I getting through my day? Am I anxious, depressed, whatever their feelings are, to really assess if they are really anxious or depressed or both or something else. And then I usually give precursors to the neurotransmitters, which are norepinephrine, epinephrine, serotonin, dopamine, etc. And so I give them a mood questionnaire and I go, okay, fill this out. And it kind of guides me where I need to go and what I need to give. But I usually do not give medications first as first-line treatment. And so, because literally you want to balance out the neurochemicals, but also neurochemical production is also related to your daily existence. If you don't sleep, you're going to be anxious and depressed.
Yeah.
That's without a doubt. You're not going to have energy. You're going to feel anxious. You're going to feel depressed. You're going to feel moody. You're going to feel reactive. You're going to feel not good. Okay. Then if your eating isn't good, because you've got to make neurotransmitters with your diet. So what are you eating? And how is that affecting you? And then exercise creates your own neurochemicals and makes you feel better. So, and unfortunately, sitting's the new smoking and people do not move. And so I think, first of all, I always say every individual is an original, number one. Number two, don't just look at the complaint. Why do you have the complaint? Why, where, when, and how? How did this all come about? And then try not to use a pill for every ill, because there's a price to pay. And I know that what you see with people who take SSRIs, literally they lose their ability to actually feel and emote.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I think one of the main risks with SSRIs is they can increase your serotonin, serotonin's a marker for cancer, especially breast cancer. You do not want high levels of serotonin. It's a stress hormone, not a happy hormone. It's literally a stress hormone. It can contribute to cancer. So it's one of those things you want to be really, really careful with. But it's so context dependent, because obviously depending on how bad the depression is, you also want to be alive and figure that out.
Right. But there was a famous doctor years ago. I'm trying to think of his name. And he developed basically the orthomolecular way of treating people with mental illness. He's very famous. And so I think we need to try to fix our body with nature first, as opposed to here's the latest pill. And in fact, one of my staff told me that their son was on anti-anxiety meds, and he showed me, and I went, oh my goodness, this is an amazing like prescription drug regime. I said, I don't even know how he wakes up. And sure enough, I sent him extensive literature and information. And so they're slowly getting him off 3 different medicines. He's like 27 years old, and he can't function, like literally can't function. And so I told him, like, just teach him how to start coming off these medications. And so I think that, again, we need to try to use nature as our healer. I mean, prior to 100 years ago, all doctors used nature.
Nature's the ultimate designer.
Yeah. And,
so beautiful.
and literally 100 years ago, doctors, that's all they had. Okay. 200 years ago, that's what they had. And so I think we need to always go there first before we start giving people a chemical that we have no idea what it's going to do to the person's body, and that you should be properly monitored. And not only, like, a lot of times I feel like it's the family knows more than the patient. Like the patient just automatically gets in a stupor or catatonic, and they don't even know that's happening. And the parent or the sibling or friend or whoever is really the person that's saying, look, this is what's really going on. So, because mental illness is real. Mental illness is on an all-time high. And we've got to do the right solution for the right reasons.
A lot of
for the
people
right
say,
thing.
speaking of solutions, a lot of people say the mood lift from SSRIs are from the side effect of pregnenolone rising.
Mm-hmm.
And so you could look at optimizing your hormones like progesterone and pregnenolone first and foremost, since those have a very quieting effect on cells.
Right. Well, that's a good point, because that would be my next book, would be on all the emotional aspects of every single hormone in your body.
Mm-hmm.
And if we could just fix the fundamental anatomy, physiology, orchestration of everything first, that would be, like, I remember I had this young lady came in because she had recurrent methicillin resistant staph aureus, which is called Marissa. And she came in and she was a psychologist, and she said, I've had it 3 times. Like, they give me antibiotics, which is destructive to the body. And she goes, I got to get to the bottom. I said, well, this is serious. If you had Marissa once, that's a really like a 911. So when I saw her, she had elevated blood sugar. She was pre-diabetic, low vitamin D, low pregnenolone, low adrenals. I fixed that, gave her some vitamin C and D, and fixed her blood sugar. She never had an outbreak again. And she says, if I would have had my hormones fixed like I am now, I'd be a different person if I would have had it fixed in my 20s. And it's so true how just one little natural thing can make a dramatic impact on the body.
Yeah. Hormones are a crazy drug.
They are. I know, because I've lived every aspect. I would say I'm probably the most serious hormonal conundrum.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And also, you could look at DHEA too, because
Right, all
depressed
of them.
patients have
Thyroid.
low levels of DHEA.
Low thyroid
And
makes
thyroid,
you
yeah.
depressed, right? Low DHEA makes you depressed. Low pregnenolone makes you it's your mood hormone, okay? So,
Like when you're off balance, you're probably depressed.
like people who are fluctuating roller coastering levels of sugar, they crash emotionally.
Yeah.
And I remember I had a friend who was a type 1 diabetic, and he wouldn't really eat right. And he would just go full throttle and break all the rules. And literally, like you could see, boom, he would just crash physically and mentally and emotionally. You're just like, oh my goodness, that is staggering.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
So
And
honor.
especially having cancer, you want to be careful with the side effects of exercising so it's not encouraging the cancer. And that's why actually this conversation is so important, because you really want to get to the baseline of, is it actual your sex hormones being low that need to get fixed first and foremost? But
Right.
depression is such a hard thing, and it's also cultural, that lack of spark, that lack of family love, community. So it's
Loneliness.
all encompassing. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right. It
Lack of
is.
sunlight.
Exactly. Lack of being connected to nature. Look what nature is, our ultimate balancer.
Yes. So yeah, serotonin's crazy. That's like an entire episode just
Yeah.
because
So stay tuned, because we will. I think
yeah,
we should do
a
a whole.
serotonin episode because there's so many misconceptions, and
And
it's
people
not a
don't
happy
really
hormone.
understand the extreme list of side effects
yeah.
and complications.
Yeah, on my TikTok the other day, it was like a bunch or a lot of videos around serotonin syndrome, and it's just so terrifying actually when you have really high levels of serotonin in the body. It can be so dangerous. Yeah, it's weird because grasshoppers get kind of like an equivalent of serotonin syndrome. They have like these detectors in their legs that when they rub against each other too much, it causes the swarm to be really, really violent and chaotic. And so it happens in animals too. Serotonin's a really old hormone. It's in like almost every organism in the earth. So, anyways, we'll do another episode on serotonin. Good question. Anyways, on a lighter note, one more. Okay. Let's see. Another note. This one looks kind of intense. I don't know.
Hi, Dr. Connie Lee. My name is Megan. I am 43 years old. I am a former Division I college basketball player. Very health conscious. Always have been. Very active, physically active. Was into a lot of HIIT type of workouts before I was diagnosed with breast cancer a year and a half ago. Have two small children, an 11-year-old and a 7-year-old. Very active still. I opted for bilateral mastectomy and have since been diagnosed with Hashimoto's. And so my questions are, I had ER, PR positive cancer, HER2 negative. So twofold. Number one, I've been reading a lot on the benefits of creatine. Is creatine safe for a hormone positive breast cancer? And then two, being on a daily anastrozole and Zoladex with the Hashimoto's diagnosis, what would be your recommendations as far as just assisting with that, the daily fatigue and the common side effects that come along with Hashimoto's? Thank you guys so much for being champions for women and for just creating this podcast. I appreciate you so much. So much love from South Carolina. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, hello, Megan from South Carolina. That's a great question. That was a loaded question. First of all, she has ER positive, PR positive, or HER2 negative. So that's just the receptors. She's actually the most common cancer. She opted to have both her breasts, probably because there would have probably been a breast, anatomically imbalanced. So she decided to have both of them removed. And because she's ER positive and young, they gave her two drugs. One is anastrozole, the other drug is Zoladex, which completely shuts down the estrogen. I don't know exactly all the other facets of her pathology. I always like to know someone's Ki-67. The Ki-67 is the proliferative index. Preferably, we want someone with low Ki-67, like less than 10%, higher wants to be, you have to be more careful because that means it's rapidly growing. Again, estrogen is just 1/100th of the equation, and your doctors are just treating you by surgically removing the cancer, which is absolutely important because the reason why you remove tumors is because you get rid of those growth factors that's sending out to the body. And so you have to get rid of the tumor if you can, if it's a surgical possibility, because not all cancers are surgical possibilities, especially after they've traveled out of the original nest. And so usually you have to administer some other cocktail to reduce it to a surgical option. And so then they give estrogen estrogen blockers. Well, estrogen blockers in and of themselves are very, very hard on a female. And I know I've seen everybody from feeling tired, fatigued, depressed, joint aches, loss of, their hair, their skin, their nails, like their skin is dry, like so many complaints. And probably the worst complaint is the emotional effects that it has of anxiety and depression, to the point that some women have just had to get off of them because they just could not handle the emotional devastation of no estrogen. And so it seems like you're handling that okay. And obviously, we want you to live. So blocking estrogen may be necessary in the beginning, maybe long term. I would say, like, if you're going to be addressing the cancer, you want to address all the root causes that contributed to the cancer. Again, if you don't change the garden and the terrain of the body, the cancer comes back. And this is what we fail miserably in conventional medicine. We address the disease with a pill or surgery or both. And we never, never entertain the discussion of how is the patient living? How do they sleep? Water, food, their mouth. I mean, I was just reading a study of how pancreatic cancer is contributed by, teeth infections anyway, and stress. And so if the doctor doesn't unravel all of these facets that are going on, and you can read my book for really detailed information on how to address this and get healthy. And it's not an overnight sensation. It's nothing easy, quick, fast. But you've got to, really, really take a moment to learn about ourselves. When there's pain, it's time for serious reflection. And so having a diagnosis of cancer is like, wait, who am I? Where am I going? What am I doing? Am I doing the right things? And in our medical profession today, the options are surgery, chemo, radiation, and drugs. And that is not getting people well. Cancer is an all-time high. 1 in 2 people, over 1,600 people die a day of cancer. And the cancer rates are only increasing. It's not like it's decreasing. And so we all have to take a look, not just of cancer, but all major diseases, and say, like, why is this happening? And again, it's all about the individual cell. That's what this podcast was founded on, the anatomy of the cell, and not just the anatomy of the cell, but the cooperation and harmony of all the cells in your body.
And a national is really interesting because it's what they give, a lot of men that go on TRT.
Correct.
Because it blocks the enzyme aromatase. So it actually blocks the enzyme, then converts androgens into estrogens, which is really interesting. A lot of people don't realize that, like, androgens convert into estrogen. So
Right.
you could try progesterone, or, not medical advice, but you could look into progesterone as a safe anti-estrogen that makes you feel good.
Right. Also, we talked about the cancer, but also that would be important, Megan, for you to make sure you've checked your hemoglobin A1C, you've checked your inflammation, you've checked your vitamin D. I would make sure you check heavy metals and environmental toxins in your body, because Hashimoto's, we didn't even get to the Hashimoto's
She
part.
also wants to know about creatine.
Okay. And right. So
That's
she
the
has
question.
she has a lot of questions for everybody. So the Hashimoto's is actually very, very common today. And I believe, because I've taken thyroid for probably 30, 35 years. And I remember when I was a medical student, I had sinus bradycardia. we were practicing doing EKGs on ourselves, and my heart rate was really low. And they go, "Oh, you have such a low heart rate. Are you an athlete?" And I'm like, "No, not exactly." And so anyway, it kind of got lost in the shuffle. And then later on, I would go to the doctors, and they would just go, "Oh, you're just a stressed doctor, you know?" And I would like, "No, we're going to get to the bottom." And I remember going to the hospital, ordering my own test, and finding that I had a thyroid problem. Anyway, to go address Hashimoto's, it's common. It's caused from lots of different things, I think. Nutrient deficiencies, possibly. Heavy metals. Heavy metals are everywhere in the environment. Food allergies, especially, I would say gluten. I would say avoid gluten completely, because the gluten we have today is not the gluten of like how it used to be originally. So I would avoid gluten and any other possible allergies that your body reacts to. Then I have the patients do essential oils on their neck. I use a formula of 5 different essential oils for their neck, and I usually have them do like a castor oil pack to their neck where their thyroid is. And then make sure your thyroid, you do a very thorough evaluation of your TSH, your T3, your T4, and do like all the antibodies and your T3 uptake to make sure that you may need a glandular, you may need natural thyroid supplementation. And
Yeah, I take our Raina's natural desiccated thyroid, and it lowered my antibodies a lot.
right,
I also had Hashimoto's, and they were in the thousands, and then the thyroid brought it down
right. And the
to
other
normal.
thing is doing a low dose naltrexone. So naltrexone has been a drug, very, very old drug. Low dosages are very good for the immune system. They're anti-cancer and they're anti-Hashimoto's. But again, if you have Hashimoto's, which was named after Dr. Hashimoto, it's autoimmune. It's like, why is your body doing this? So you got to get to address all the root causes. And the root causes are many, from nutritional deficiencies to stress to, the myriad of toxins that we live in, from fungus to parasites to all these things that could be really challenging your immune system, so your body can't pay attention to your thyroid properly. So everybody is very, very
creatine.
And creatine, I take creatine every day, every morning with my half a teaspoon of salt.
Jess said it made her retain water.
No, you always say this. Was it
Anyway,
me?
so creatine is good. Of course, I'm a lot older than you. At 43 and like that. So creatine, I think, is great. It's great for brain. It's great for the muscles. I think it is awesome. So if you're young, you may not need it. Like Jess.
But if she's a mom, it's supposed to help with like when you it's like works as like almost like a nootropic. Like if you don't have a lot
for
of
the brain.
sleep,
Right.
it is supposed to help kind of catch up.
Right. So
I don't know. But I didn't gain water weight. Most people, when they take it, you might think you're gaining weight, but
because you're gaining muscle.
Yeah, it's actually the creatine. Like it goes into the muscle and like puts like fluid or something. I don't know how to explain it. So it's like, technically, yes, it would be like a water retention of sorts, but it's not like.
No, it's just that your cells have more fluid.
Exactly.
Okay,
So
it's not gaining weight. First of all, you want to have more muscle.
Yes.
Muscle is your longevity quotient.
I mean, the thing is like, it might just not be the number one thing to think about if you're going through cancer. There's like progesterone, pregnenolone, DHEA, thyroid medicine,
and testosterone in
glycine,
this woman
magnesium,
too.
vitamin D,
So
like red light therapy. There's just probably like 20 other things I'd think about before creatine. My opinion.
Right.
But some
people, because I didn't start taking creatine till I was like 60. So
yeah.
So
I dabble.
I know people like it's now the craze.
It's a craze, yeah.
Whatever. So like I've been using it. I mean, talking about it for like a long time, but it is like a craze. Like, and I'm like, no, it's just like everything has its place, and I think for aging purposes, I think people do need some creatine. I think if you're young and exercising, you probably might not need it. So
yeah, thyroid medicine, very anti-cancer. If you're not already on it, she probably is on it if she has Hashimoto's. Like
right,
but
yeah, thyroid lower thyroid patients
not pure
tend
T4.
to have
not there's
tend to have
Yeah.
predisposition because of your body temperature is not good. So when your body temperature isn't good, your immune system goes down. So therefore, you're predisposed. So there's a lot to unpack there, Megan.
Lot to
But
work through.
we really hope you have the most invincible journey possible, and that you live a very long time for those babies.
Yeah, thanks for calling in, Megan. All right, this has been another episode of Celluverse. We'll see you guys next week. Bye.
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 Celluverse is the podcast where we get real about what's making us sick and what it actually takes to get better. Hosted by Alana Keneally, Jess Donovan, and Dr. Lee Aaron Keneally, this show pulls back the curtain on mitochondria, metabolism, hormones, toxins, cancer, and all the stuff your doctor shrugs off. We dig into the science, but also the lived experience of what it means to be healthy in today's world.
Just a reminder, anything discussed on this podcast is not medical advice.
And nothing can actually harm you if you're pure of heart.